in the heart of our village. Nestled amongst ancient baobab trees and the whispers of the savannah, lived a young man named Kofi. His spirit was as strong as the roots of the cassava he dug each day, his laughter as bright as the morning sun. Life for Kofi was simple, a rhythm of hard work and quiet dreams. Who worked the earth, not just to survive, but to feel connected to the land that had nurtured generations of his family. Each morning, he'd venture into the lush jungle that bordered our homes, his trusty hoe resting on his shoulder, his heart filled with a quiet hope for the day ahead. One sweltering afternoon, as Kofi was deep in the cool shade of the forest, his hands working skillfully to unearth the rich cassava tubers, a sound drifted through the trees. It wasn't the usual chatter of monkeys or the call of a distant bird. It was a gentle, rhythmic snap of twigs. He paused, his curiosity piqued. Peering through the dense foliage, he saw her, an older woman, her movements graceful and deliberate, was gathering firewood. Her hair was a beautiful silver, braided with the wisdom of many seasons, and her face, though lined with the stories of a long life, held a serene and captivating beauty. Her name was Amara. She was known in the village as a woman of immense kindness and quiet strength. Seeing her there, so focused and at peace with her task, stirred something in Kofi he had never felt before. It wasn't just respect for an elder, it was a profound sense of admiration. He watched as she carefully selected each piece of wood, her hands knowing exactly which branches were dry enough to create a good fire for cooking. There was an elegance in her every move, a dignity that seemed to radiate from her very being. He felt an inexplicable pull, a desire to know the stories etched in the lines around her eyes. Gathering his courage, Kofi stepped out from behind the large fern where he had been standing. "Good afternoon, Mama," he said, his voice respectful and a little shy. Amara turned, and when she smiled, it was like the sun breaking through the clouds. Her eyes, warm and kind, met his. "Good afternoon, young man," she replied, her voice as soothing as a gentle stream. "The earth is generous to you today, I see." She gestured towards his growing pile of cassava. Kofi felt his cheeks warm. "Yes, Mama. The ancestors are kind." Ku couldn't help but stare, mesmerized by the grace she carried. He offered to help her gather the rest of her wood, his strong arms making quick work of the task. As they worked side by side, they talked. Kofi spoke of his dreams of building a stronger home for his family. And Amara shared stories of the village as it once was, painting vivid pictures with her words. Kofi learned that she lived alone, her children having moved to the big city long ago. Yet, there was no sadness in her voice, only a deep well of contentment and a love for her simple, peaceful life. He found himself hanging on her every word, fascinated by her wisdom and her gentle spirit. The sun began to dip lower, casting long shadows through the jungle. Kofi walked Amara back to her hut on the edge of the village. He carried her bundle of firewood, the weight feeling like nothing in his arms. When they arrived, she thanked him with another one of her radiant smiles. "You have a good heart, Kofi," she said softly. "Your parents raised you well." Those words meant more to him than any praise he had ever received. He watched her disappear into her home, and as he walked back to his own, he knew, with a certainty that filled his entire being, that his life had just changed forever. From that day on, Kofi found reasons to be near Amara. He'd happened to be digging cassava in the same part of the jungle she gathered herbs. He'd bring her the sweetest fruits from the highest branches, a small offering of his growing affection. He'd sit with her in the evenings, listening to her stories, learning from her wisdom, and falling more deeply in love with the beautiful soul she possessed. He saw not an age difference, but a connection that transcended time. He saw a woman who embodied grace, strength, and a profound love for life. He realized that love wasn't about finding someone who mirrored your own youth. It was about finding a soul that completed yours. Amara's wisdom complemented his youthful energy. Her calm soothed his restless ambition. In her presence, he felt a sense of peace and purpose he had never known. She taught him that the most beautiful things in life are not seen, but felt with the heart. She showed him that true beauty is not in a flawless face, but in a life lived with kindness, compassion, and unwavering strength. And so, under the vast African sky, an unconventional love story began to bloom. It was a love born not of fleeting passion, but of deep respect and genuine connection. A love that reminded everyone in our village that the heart knows no age, no boundaries, only the pure, undeniable rhythm of another heart, beating in time with its own. Kofi had gone into the jungle seeking nourishment for his body, but he had found something far greater, nourishment for his soul. He had found Amara, and in her, he had found his home. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold. If you enjoyed it and want to see more stories that touch the heart, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. Your support means the world to us and allows us to keep sharing these tales. Until next time, stay blessed.